Meant to be like that. Yo, Nick.
Adam.
Right, so this is the video. So the video we put up last week, week before, whenever it was the socket that set on fire in the old gentleman's house. So we are back, and we had loads of love and support from everyone, offering money, GoFundMe page, everything to help this guy out. And so what happened from the video? I had a lot of messages, but also, so Ideal, obviously, who sponsor us on quite a few videos. There he is, nice. Got in contact and they said, Nick, whatever you need to do for this gentleman, get his house up to scratch, get him safe. We'll pay for new board, bonding, stuff in the garage, all that sort of stuff. Just let us know. So Ideal sponsor, so thank you very much, Ideal. They've allowed us, we've gone and bought all the stuff today. We're going to come in. We spoke to the gentleman. His name's Richard. He's a very old man. He's not very well, is he? Hence why we've got the visors, the mask, gloves, we've got everything we can. We spoke to him about everything that's going on, and the first time we told him, he started crying. He couldn't believe the generosity of it. And I told him, you know, with the video where it's going, and he didn't quite understand because his carer was there. So we spoke to the carer, she explained a bit, and he was overwhelmed by it, which was absolutely awesome to see. And said we'll chuck it in for free. A lot of people wanted to help out, and I told him about Ideal and what they do, and he's very, very grateful, obviously. So we're here today to change the board, upgrade some stuff. We're gonna get a bit of filming as much as we can. I asked Richard if he doesn't mind being on the video. He said that's absolutely fine, but we'll we'll see. And yeah, so we'll get set up, and we'll crack on with it.
Go from there.
Go from there. You're a YouTube star now, mate. You can do this yourself.
So,
I have every respect for anyone in the NHS that has to wear these all the time, because they're not fun. Right, so this is our board we're changing. We've had a 2-pole isolator fitted. If you haven't seen the last video, this is the main earth. There's no bonding at all. I have checked that the bonding, the water here is actually plastic, and it's got loads of plastic joints right at the incoming as well. But the gas is the far side of the garage.
mine's already steamed up.
And mine's steamed up as well, which is over here. We've looked inside. I don't actually know why I've...
Hello. Need some window wipers in here.
The only way we can really get the 10mm across to the gas is externally, which we're just going to come down and then clip low level and back in, because of the pitch of the roof, being a roof up top as well. There's no access, and because the gentleman's very elderly, he's not been able to go upstairs for the past 10 years by the looks of it, and upstairs is just full of all of his stuff from years ago. So you'll see when you come inside, but we'll just show you in the garage now. Right, so this is the socket before, which is still wet again, but no, it's been cut off. Adam's going to be pulling this up and put an IP rated one over here with bottom entry with stuffing glands with silicone to make that a lot safer. But this is where our gas pipe's going to come in, and I've already moved a bit of stuff here, but that's our gas pipe, gas meter, and just nothing's been touched for years. But annoyingly, someone's come and put a fairly new boiler in with no bonding, and obviously off the old supply with no RCD as well, which is a bit naughty, but it is what it is. So we're gonna, luckily for me, I'm doing the board, so Adam's doing the bonding, which he's not been told yet. But we're just going to get a brush, get all these cobwebs out of the way, shift a bit. Obviously we'll just put an earth clamp on here. We'll probably just get some self-tappers with some P-clips just to go across this steel beam. I've been pre-warned by the customer that this is asbestos sealing, so we're not going to go or touch or drill anywhere near that. Get this safe. So first of all, we'll have the board off. We'll give the house a bit of a test. We did a bit last time anyway, so I know that the readings are okay. There's an earth on everything. We're just going to double check everything. There's only 3 circuits, so it's not going to take 5 minutes. Quite neat. Got 3 lighting circuits, so be upstairs, downstairs, and also an outside light, which this one is. By the looks of it, we've got a ring and a radial, and then another radial, but one of these might be the boilers. We're not quite sure yet, hence why we're going to test it now and just figure out what's what. I'll tell you what, absolute massive credit to the people that wear them visors. I mean, he stood there, but I'm still keeping it on. I thought if I'm coming outside, it steams up, and I know if you stick a... So I do it, so I stick a bit of electrical tape just on here to stop it going up. But yeah, so we've just turned everything else off, and there's that one, the first circuit, but this looks like a 4mm, but we could be a 2.5. Adam's just going around with a socket tester, just identifying what's what, and then we'll test the next one, which will be a ring. Fingers crossed, there's 3 cables, so normally one will be a ring, or test them two together, make sure we've got continuity and polarity, and then test that, and then obviously take that out and then put the radial circuit in to figure out what that is. But one's going to be the boiler, there might be an old immersion upstairs potentially, one may be the garage feed, we don't know. Just give us a couple of minutes, we'll soon find out, and we can start with. So we're doing now, we've identified the first one's a cooker. I've just got my notes open on my iPad. We're going to do ZE, a PFC, R1, R2 on cooker, and then a ZS. So we're just linking through very basically to figure out what's what and get some decent readings. We've got cookers, we're going to test, it's all off still, so don't worry about that. We'll zero the leads. And we've got a ring of 0.67. So what I'm going to do is leave these two out, remove the neutrals from that as well, and the CPCs, reconnect this radial, figure what that's for. If that's for the cooker, that's probably just going to be for a immersion or a boiler or something random socket somewhere. So we're going to get that back on, reconnect that, figure out what's what. Right, so this being off, cooker, that looks like it was the old immersion, even though we've wired it up and livened it up. There's no voltage there at all, and there's no voltage either when we put the ring main on. Like I've said before in previous videos, we turned around and found there was no switches in the kitchen that sometimes isolated, so whether or not someone's just cut it previously. So for the time being when we put the new board on, we'll leave this out. We've been around all the sockets as best we can get to. Nothing that is not feeding anything. And then we've got outside lights here. We've got downstairs light, and that is upstairs light. So I'll disconnect this from the bottom of the ISO now. We'll rip the board off and then hopefully start upgrading it, get Adam's cable run outside so we can start running across in the garage. Right, that's our dead one. Loads of slack here. That's what the board looks like. How simple and plain is that? With. That's it. I'll look at that now. How many copper and brass bars can I make of that? Ingots, some may know them as. Pull this off. I think what I'm going to do, there's enough slack here. I'll put the board a bit lower, a bit more accessible than where it is. And you can see that this has been the main earth. Obviously what we've tested, we've been going through this earth, so we'll have to obviously retest afterwards, but that was it. Main earth, 2.5 mil. All these years, from when it was built. I'm going to replace this as well. It's on a 16 amp, 16 amp? No, 16 mil surface, well sorry, metal knockout pattress. Replace that, we'll extend this a bit, so make it a bit neater. Also as well, the earth, I didn't even touch it. I literally put my screwdriver near it and it fell out, and it just shows all these years it's been like that, so. Anyway, Adam's having fun with that. There he is, sorting all this stuff out. So my next thing is rip out, measure the board up where we're going to do it, and see how we can nice and neatly bring it in and bring it down as best as possible. Fusebox board, single module, that's going up on here. These are going to be extended. I have no big trunk in the van, which I thought we did. So guess what? Flex conduit time. I'm just going to do 2 lengths up here.
No, it just made me remind me of someone last night. Someone messaged me saying, that scooter thing.
Yeah.
Someone messaged me saying, oh, you on the way when you hear the wholesalers, Flexicon's on sale.
On the scooter. I'll put that video on now, okay? Anyway, yeah, that's going on. I'm just going to drill through low level here for Adam to pass the 10 mil bonding down across and then externally. Adam's going to run it in, going to drill outside in P-clips, just a bit more secure. Yeah. And yeah, we'll get it on. I'll get it pieced on. We've got the conduit clips. I've got my conduit cutters. Oh, I thought I broke it then. So yeah, I'll just come stage by stage and get all the noisy bits done first. And then you can go in the garage.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, if you can please. Right, moving on forward. Boards on, tails are in, main earth is in. Adam's run up the 10 mil, which is going down to the gas, so he's using P-clips and just clipping it across the brickwork, making it nice and safe. What I'm going to do here is the 2 1 mils and hopefully the 6 mil. Adam's just getting me a whisker box. We're going to attach a whisker box, screw that to the wall so we've got a surface to gland into. Come out with Flexicon, bring it into the top. Yeah, just the one please mate. On the left, one in the middle. And so they'll be nice and glanded. We just cable tie them, cleat them back, put some all round band that secure them. Tails are always in, we can hood loop them in the bottom as and when. We're going to secure this back and stick a screw in as and where we can. Bring the 16 across. So slowly but surely getting there. Next one, we put that on. This is the one that doesn't seem to do anything. So I'm going to leave this in here. We've got the 6mm and the two 1mm together. I'm going to feed that through. We've cut a bit of conduit. It's going to sit in there. The purpose I put this on is because he's got a thread neck. Gland it on to seal it back. And we'll put a bit of fire sealant on the top to seal that up. Right, I've had to take the visor off as long as I'm not going inside without it on. Because I just can't see anything. Just keeps steaming up. So this is where we're at. So I ran the two 1mm in one, a 6mm in the other, and then the two 2.5s in the other. And then I'm going to come across with a manual box, knock out the side. That's going to go up there for the light switch. We'll put some Flexicon into that, and then straight out for the light switch as well. And then find something to put the 10mm in as well. So piece it, piecing it. So that's the only bit which I'm happy with the bend. It's all going to be tied back, nice and neat. I just realised from my last mistake of trying to put 6mm and 2.15 through together is obviously you've got cable grouping factors which everyone seems to moan at, which I get to a point. This very short run would not matter, but better to separate it out and space it out and just give it a bit more air. Right, tails are in, 16mm over. This is all a bit flappy at the moment, so don't worry, it's all being tied back and squared off. So we've got a bond in, we've got our main cables, we've got our lighting in and lighting out. That's all going to be secured nicely. And yeah, so outside light, upstairs and downstairs. I've already checked upstairs and downstairs, and it has a connected neutral, so they're going to go in the same breaker. Cooker, ring main, and there's the 10mm. So I'm going to get this connected up now. RCBO's in, do it as neat as I can, get some labels on it. Adam's now brought the bonding into the gas. He's just taking it across the RSJ, and then he's going to put an earth clamp on. And then, yeah, sorry, also he's fed it. We've done a continuous loop for the water. We thought, well, we're all passing the water, so we've drilled it in continuously, but Adam knows not to cut it. We'll clamp it on and then take it to the gas. Okay, that's it now. Buzz bar's in. The first time ever I actually bought like the proper blanks. So instead of the metal sliding ones, because I was getting a bit sick of them falling out constantly when I was holding the board. So that's on, RCBO's in. So I'm going to start wiring this up. I'll jump back after it's done. We'll do that. This is the old cable that doesn't feed anything, but I've left it there, and there's loads of slack that can be pulled up and down in the ceiling, so that can be joined through. So Adam's nearly finished doing the gas stuff, and then he's just going to raise the socket up and stick an IP rated double socket in the garage. And I can start my dead test once this is all wired up. So yeah, so far so good. It's nice to do a board that's eye level with me. I'm not reaching. There's not a lot of stuff in the way. There's shelves, which is nice to put stuff on. So yeah, so far so good. Nearly there. Just watching one of Oscar and Jordan's, can't see it because I think Oscar and Jordan's video. Good lad. Nice. I tell you what, super impressed with his answers. As an apprentice and what he's saying he's enjoying about it. Good lad. Oh Jesus. Anyway, join through. Oh, they're ideal. Splice line, nice. It's gonna double these over, put the switch on. The board's pretty much complete now. 16mm, 10mm, they're all in. Nice bends, nice, happy. Ended up having to buy one of the, I didn't have any glands in my local wholesaler. I had the steel ones, which is quite robust, quite nice actually. Quite like it. Copper showing, all doubled over where it needs to be. I'm going to start fitting these from now on, that's a must. Really like that. And then I'm just got clipping all the Flexicon back. Definitely going to take a picture of it and stick it on Instagram just to get rid of the Flexicon haters. There's too many Flexicon haters. Yeah, I got a picture before, yeah. Well, from the other time I think, not this morning. So yeah. Adam's nearly done. You're doing the outside socket now, even though it's inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, get the whisker, you know the inserts, because it's twin and earth. Look at this. You know the twin and earth inserts for that, yeah. Just they should be in one of the stackers, so yeah. Have fun. There's only 15 to look through.
Sweet.
Now we have it, ladies and gentlemen. All in, all fixed back, fire sealed, all clipped. So this just saved trailing because all this was in the way. And as long as I can put it in containment and screw it flat, it's nice and neat. It's to regs. No damage can hit onto it. You know what I'm saying. Outside lights ready and renewed. Last little bit, I'm just waiting for Adam to sort out the socket. He's having a bit of a mare. We tried to film in there, but it's so dark and there's not a lot of room, as you can see from earlier in the video, to move around. Adam's just getting on with that, and what I'm trying to do is the less people in the house at once as possible. I haven't really been in since I did a walk around earlier. There's a few more things we're going to do, but it's not going to be on this video. It's going to be tomorrow for us because we're running a bit short on time and it's getting a bit dark. We've got a few of the Ansel Torpedo. No, it's not Torpedo, Nick can't read. Tornado Pro lights. Got 2 of these to go up in the garage. I'm going to change a few of the light switches as well. One in the kitchen, it's just a bit old, a bit worn. Just tidy it up a little bit and give a, well, and there's Adam drilling the walls. So yeah. One more. Right, that's 4. That's a double socket. There we go. An outside double socket. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Once again, like, Ideal has well and truly super impressed me. What a fantastic company to even offer this, you know, for an old guy that lives by himself, just to help him out, make his electrics a lot safer. It's to me that means a massive thing, and it goes a long way in my eyes with companies that do stuff and support people. And obviously they sponsor me anyway, and it was a great thing for them to do, to watch the video, to see this guy was in help and jump on board. So genuinely, thank you very much, Ideal. I'll put all their stuff below so you can, all their Instagram, so you can go and give them a follow and check stuff out. But I'll take a picture, stick this on Instagram, or you probably already have seen it, but give us 5 minutes to tidy up. We didn't want to bring anything inside that we didn't need to, so that's why everything's been left outside. So another thing, I've just gone and see if Adam's okay. The gentleman's just come up to me, and obviously this is a village where I grew up and Adam grew up, and he said, oh, I've got something on the side, because he has kept a lot of stuff, as you can probably imagine. So this is the village where I'm from, Nosal, that's how you spell it, G-N-O-S-A-L-L, countryside. And he said, oh yeah, come and have a look at this. No, you can see that. That's my dad on the left, and then Johnny, who worked for my dad, on the right. So, yeah. Obviously, people that haven't watched my previous videos, my dad passed away a couple of years ago with cancer, but it's just cool to see stuff like that, because a lot of the people I work for around here, my dad did a lot of work for them many, many years ago in the past, and I used to have it with my dad when I'd be in his van and or we'd be driving somewhere. He'd go, see that house? I've worked in that house. See that house? I've painted that house. See that house? I've da 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 da. Now I do the same with my kids and my other half. We're driving somewhere. I see that house. Change their views. What? Them outside lights. They're nice. I did them. And it's a funny how it's come full circle. But I am actually in the up-to-date version of this with Adam. But the new picture was meant to be taken this year, but COVID got in the way and we couldn't have pictures taken. So next year we'll have the new van, new tops, and everything. I'll put a picture on Instagram. But yeah, I just thought it was a nice little thing, innit? Adam, you good job.
Yeah.
You did a good job. To be fair, the cabling was great, the socket. We're back tomorrow to do the 2 lights and change the switches over. But yeah, he was over the moon. I asked him if he wanted to record, but he didn't quite understand what I meant. I was going to ask him some... We've sat and had a conversation for 10 minutes, showing about the board, obviously from a good distance away, which is a bit difficult, but he's such a nice guy, and he's just seen him said, "Oh, give your love to my mum," because my mum used to test his eyes at the opticians years ago, so everyone sort of knows everyone around here, don't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, another good job. Once again, thank you to Ideal. All the stuff below, go check them out, go give them a thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.